Race 7 on the card is the day's headliner, the World Sports Betting 1900 Grade 2. 3:15, the off time. Before we get into the form, let's have a chat with Tony Riverland. He saddles Trustful, who last year ran second in the very same race to Bulgarian.
Trustful is in an extremely good space at the moment. He's working very well. I haven't had him looking better that I can ever remember, to be honest. So I think he's definitely a runner in the race. He's drawn slightly wide at 9, but he's got Luke up, and as long as things go well for him in running, you know, in these big races, if things don't pan out the way you want them to, then it's hard to win because you're meeting really good horses. But I do think Trustful, he ran second in the race last year behind Bulgarian. I think he's 2 kgs better off at the weights with Bulgarian this year. So I definitely think he's a runner, and I wouldn't leave him out of anything. As I said, I have him in a really good space.
Warren, Tony's absolutely right. Trustful is 2 kilograms better off at the weights with Bulgarian when compared with last season. Obviously, he beat Trustful quite comfortably last season. Trustful then, after running second in the World Sports Betting 1900, went on to run second behind Sovereign Spirit in the July Consolation, and Sovereign Spirit obviously has come out since to run third in the Cape Town Met. So Trustful is worthy of respect. You know, he's ideally course and distance suited. He ran second last year, and certainly, at least from a trifecta and a quartet point of view, and possibly even an exacta perspective, should be a player. But does the outcome of this race, 2 questions, rest with Justin Snaith solely, Crown Towers, Bulgarian and Double Mint, or do you give She's a Keeper a bit of a chance?
I think the outcome does lie with the Snaith team, but in saying that, She's a Keeper. When she beat Casadora in her penultimate start, my thoughts to myself were, gosh, she's good. She then ran in the feature at Hollywood Bet Scottsville, and I was away, and I thought again to myself, well, let's see what she can do today, then I'll make my decision on her. She thumped them. I was blown away. They've stepped her up in distance. The more they've stepped her up, the more she's relished it, which for me is a huge positive sign. She's been the fastest finishing horse in every one of her starts. The sky could be the limit with this filly. She could be absolutely anything. It's such a lovely story, chatting to Gareth Van Zyl about her and how her career started and how her racing life started. She's rated 90 at this point in time. There's no doubt she's going to end up way higher than that. If she had to win, would I be shocked? No. Is Crown Towers and Bulgarian, the Snaith team, my firm first choices? Yes. So I'm contradicting myself a little, maybe, but...
Well, I think it's very interesting that she's a keeper in the race. She is the huge unknown quantity. The handicappers had their hands tied in terms of the conditions of the Scarlet Lady. However far she won or however well she won, she could only get a £6 penalty. So she went up from an 84 to a 90, which makes a race rating 110 well behind Bulgarian and the opposition here. But like you, she could be anything. And the fact of the matter is she gets 12 kilograms from Bulgarian. She carries 50. I'm not certain whether Warren Kennedy is going to be able to get down to 50. So out there, just watch the changes, because there potentially could be a little bit of overweight. I'm not saying there's going to be. There potentially could be a little bit of overweight. But she's getting 12 kilograms from Bulgarian. Samange rides Bulgarian. Richard Ferree rides Crown Towers. Crown Towers in the form of his life, looking for a hat-trick and looking to cement a position in the final field for the Vodacom Durban July. Bulgarian obviously is well in contention for the final field. He's automatically in there. I still think Bulgarian is going to beat Crown Towers, but it wouldn't surprise me if Crown Towers was to go start to finish and hold on. But I do have healthy respect for Trustful, and She's a Keeper. I can't see anything else in the race.
I was going to say let's dig a little deeper with the Snaith horses, but we've done that. You believe Bulgarian will beat Crown Towers. To have a bit of debate and a bit of banter, I think Crown Towers will beat Bulgarian.
That could easily happen.
Could easily happen, but it's hard to assess because obviously Crown Towers, as you said, is going in race ready, fit, being winning recently. Bulgarian's coming off a 106-day rest, but he's a champion in his own right. So I think we're in for a thriller. One other horse that I want to add, who is one of my horses to watch out for. I know you don't give him much of a chance. I give him a place chance. I'll be very surprised if he wins, but stranger things have happened. For me, number 2, Trip to Africa, is my value selection. I thought his last run behind Rainbow Bridge was very good. He might be flattered by that effort. Well, we'll know on Sunday, but I'm not leaving him out of the quartet.
Well, he can't beat Tristful, not on handicapping. So wherever Trip to Africa runs, Tristful should be in front of him. When they met in the King's Cup, he beat Tristful a length and a half. Tristful is 8 kilograms better off. Of course, this is 1900, not 1600, but Tristful will prefer the extra ground anyway. So for me, the only reason I'm putting Trip to Africa on the sideline is because Tristful has got him safely held. So for me, it's a match race, perhaps, between Crown Towers and Bulgarian, not forgetting that there's a Double Mint also waiting in the wings, but I don't believe he matches up to the class of Crown Towers and Bulgarian, albeit that he won the Jetmaster Stakes in good fashion. Tristful ran second last year, healthy respect. What do you make of She's a Keeper? Carrying 50 kilograms, receiving huge chunks of weight, on the upgrade, only beaten once. She could be anything. She needs to come into the play. But for me, Bulgarian, back-to-back victories in the World Sports Betting 1900.